What's up, guys? Back with a video, and yeah, it's a little messy, everything's off, but I just wanted to show what I've been kind of working on here. So past battle station here, and I upgraded the speakers. So Retro RGB made a video. Oh, this is actually on. Saying like if you had a BVM you should upgrade your speakers, and so I took that to heart. So he recommended these shielded speakers here, and they work great. So anyways, I already forget, they're like Kanto brand speakers, but there's this room back here, and you got a little peek of it last time. And it's what I'm calling the lab. Yeah, this is the heart of madness. So if you are in this hobby for any length of time, you're gonna have to fix shit. So I've got a little workstation here set up, some of my tools, little fume extractor, Hacko, desoldering gun, my soldering iron, little drawers with, you know, for little odds and ends. And then this is a toolbox. It's got a couple of different drawers, well, more than a couple. Just like tools that, you know, you might need. So I've got some Shinetsu grease, some calipers, all different screwdrivers you might need, you know, multimeter, that sort of thing. So yeah, this is actually like a machinist's toolbox. So brand new, they're quite pricey. Try and find them used on whatever, and they're more affordable. But then this is the workbench. I don't know how well you can tell, but it's quite big and fairly deep. So I think it's like probably like 32 inches deep, and like close to 7 feet across. And built this with my carpenter buddy, and it's pretty simple stuff. You can kind of see down here, you know, we just built a box with some cross support, and over here on this side, I've got it kind of secured into the wall studs. On the other side of this is like the finished basement. So when I bought the house, this room was this like storage and a place for the circuit breaker panel. And up until very recently, I just had it crammed with shit. But it's actually 100 square feet. So I thought that's a shame. So, and you can kind of see how this wall was set up. There's this, you know, no insulation. That's sheetrock. Again, the other side, that, you know, is the finished basement. And then these 2x4s, studs. So what I did, and you're not gonna really be able to see this, but there's like, I don't know, there's about 500 video games on this wall now. From MVS cards up top, some kits, just like the kind of B tier Sega Saturn stuff, all my PS2, some Sega CD, a lot of Switch, a lot of new stuff, plus some kind of choice DVDs and VHSs, actually. But how I built these, you can kind of see over here, is I've got an angle iron. Not there, here, whoops, right there, angle iron, and then the same plywood sheet that I use for the bench top, cut it into strips, probably, I can't remember now, like 6.5 inches deep on the table saw, and with a skill saw drilled out, you know, measured out, you know, where I needed these pockets, and then drilled these out with the skill saw. And then I've got something called a fine tool that will just cut out this little remainder. So with that, I've got kind of like this sneaky shelving that uses some of this space between the studs to put all these video games. So that is quite cool, because up until now, all this stuff that I've been hauling around from house to house and attic to basement to attic has been in like 6-foot lockers, and you know, I can't really loan out a video game to a friend or keep track of what I have if it's stuck in a foot locker deep in an attic or a basement. So now got it all on the wall, and it's not in like sight, right? I don't want to have like some video game shelf of doom, but I have one, but it's not like, you know, in my dining room or something like that. And then over here, this is a little making do with what I have, but I've got these wire shelves, and you know, it's hard to get these bins, but I managed to just get it so I can pull out one bin, fish the other one out, you know, and have access to all this. So, and I went on a total, I look like a maniac, but you know, went to Walmart and Staples and Job Lot with a tape measure, kind of measuring bins to see what would actually fit in the shelves. And so more or less I'm happy with what it is here now. But these was all cardboard boxes, and some were musty, some were, you know, God knows, like Jack peed on one or whatever, you know. So I just threw out like probably 6 carloads. No, that's an exaggeration. 3 though, carloads of cardboard to the dumpster. And now I tried to replace it with stuff that I could see through. So like I can just look at that and see that that's a turbo stick. So I've got all kinds of TurboGrafx accessories in that. This is my shoe polish. These are all my different turbo joy pads. You know, just at a glance, I can kind of tell like what is in one of these bins, as opposed to like an old cardboard box with Sharpie on the side. So yeah, just oh, and something that's never been on video, but kind of early last year I picked up this Vega 9000 super gun, which is a real peach. So this is Street Fighter 2 Dash overlay on it, and it would come with this. There's another one that's Darkstalkers. I believe there's a Super Turbo also. But what's kind of neat, maybe in another video I'll go over this more in depth, but this uses an Aero City control panel overlay, or yeah. So theoretically I could get like a Sega Aero City control panel and swap that out, make this like a Sega super gun. But it's very fun. It's got awesome kind of turbo switches up top. There's your coin button, LS32 joysticks, Sumitsu buttons, I believe. So that makes me happy. And yeah, what else is going on? Just trying out some different boards. So thank the gods this is still working. And here's another little quick tip, is I got this you know, 20-inch Trinitron on wheels, kinda. This is just a little wheeled dolly from Harbor Freight, and it works really well for just this sort of thing. So that's a little Tate hack, and they make two different sizes. So I suppose if you had a big 36-inch TV you wanted to rotate, you could put it on the bigger one that they sell. But this was like, I want to say $14.99 at Harbor Freight. Works really well. Yeah, so that is, I don't know what to call this room, but I think it's now kind of my lab, and it's pretty secret. Like, my friends didn't even know this door existed, probably because I've got a bunch of crap in the hallway in front of it. But that is the idea. Oh, back here on this big shelf. So I recommend kind of investing in some heavy-duty steel shelving, especially if you start hoarding old TVs like I do. So this is actually this was on the whatever. I had like sort of like a battle station set up with the Sigma Rygen. This is that TV. And just recently I put together for myself one of those open source consoleized MVS units, and this shell 3D printed. It's very nice. I got it from Laser Bear. I put a little Neo Geo sticker on it, and it puts out really nice video. This is running through Component, and I guess I didn't understand. So it uses a Genesis 2 plug, like so many of these kind of new things are using, but it won't put out composite. So it's really just, you use the Genesis 2 plug to give you RGB SCART, or you can use what I'm doing here, which is a SCART cable. This is plugged to that open source MVS or CMVS, whatever you call it, to a SCART 2 comp from RetroTink, and then Component. So, and it puts out like the best Component I've seen. Like upstairs, my AES, which I don't know what revision that is or anything like that, but I was doing a similar thing with that for a while, and I would think, this video is kind of pinkish in hue. Didn't look quite right, but this one, not only is the video great, but the sound is awesome. So I'm quite pleased with it. I would like in the future maybe some other revision, if they could give you more diverse options on video outs, because I've got a couple of televisions that at the very least they do composite, and some have S-video and no Component, like this Memorex, no Component, and also unfortunately this Trinitron is running on S-video, which S-video I could be happy forever with S-video, quite honestly, but this does not do Component, unfortunately. But yeah, does the job, I'll say. Anything else new? Got this sweet chair. Picked that from going to the dump. Oh, I got one of these guys. These are really neat. Still quite the novice when it comes to Mr. stuff, but this is another one of those Laser Bear guys. I just think it's awesome that you can take your crappy iPad and put it in one of these kits, and works super well. And I actually wired up an Ethernet cable out here so that I can update these suckers, which for the life of me did not want to update all over their little Wi-Fi dongles. No way, no how. So, yep. So I've got a little shelf of doom that is like hidden, not in sight. A little dog that's fed up with this crap. Oh, and I should say, you know, mundane homeowner shit. So this was not, I painted this whole room. So I painted it with this like special kind of concrete paint, which, you know, it's, I don't know, if you just use regular paint on concrete in your basement, like this was always a dry room, so I'm not worried about that. But sometimes paint can react weird if you put it on a concrete wall that concrete itself is kind of porous. Anyways, this claims to still be breathable for the concrete, so you won't get this weird efflorescence fuzz that sometimes develops on painted concrete walls in basements. So painted that, painted the floor, and then painted over that white concrete paint with some kind of high grade Sherwin-Williams, you know, floor paint. So I've got sort of like a battleship style where I've got some gray on the floor and white up top. And oh, and the carpet. So this carpet I got from Uline. I don't know if anybody gets a Uline catalog, but this is their Cadillac floor mat. Very happy with it. It was not cheap. I think this carpet and this runner here cost me about $300 shipped, but I will say it is quite worth it. Like, this is better than the mats I was getting from Ocean State Job Lot that kind of instantaneously start to disintegrate. So it is what it is. You got to pay for the better stuff if you want it. So I've got a shelf up here too, which for the now doesn't really do too much for me, but you know, I suppose could always put more televisions up there, could put more totes if I have to, but yeah, this is sort of like a working shelf. And I got one of these like kind of LED hanging light shop lights. Those are like 10 bucks. So spent a little bit of money kind of doing this room, but really it was a month of just organizing stuff and going into like a obsessive compulsive spiral. But I think it paid off because I've capped a bunch of old systems and it's so easy. I used to have this in the garage. In the garage, I've got a million other things going on at once. So you tear something up and then you got to move your shit to one side and do the other project. And this way, yeah, it's all right here. And it's kind of a room of focus. So I dig it. Anyways, guys, hope you had a good holiday, new year, and we're back to work in 2024. Take care, and yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys here shortly. Got some other stuff to show off. So the Vuelix is up and running, so that'll be another video. All right, guys, take care.